Just in your experience covering war and war in Israel, actually, how bloody is this going to be? What can we expect? We're going to see, I'm assuming, bodies lined up. This is a war that, again, unprecedented surprise attack, sneak attack, whatever you want to call it. We've never seen anything like it. Is this going to be a days-long war, a weeks-long war, months, a year? Is it going to be similar to what we see between Russia and Ukraine? Do you have like a timeline, if you can estimate how long you think this war will rally on for?
It's difficult to predict, but I don't think it'll be a war like Russia and Ukraine, which will hit a stalemate. There'll be no stalemate here. There'll be a decisive victory for Israel. But this is fundamentally different to the sort of rhythm in the conflict between Israel and Hamas that we've seen since Hamas took over absolute control of the Strip in 2006. Since that time, we've seen numerous escalations and counter-operations by Israel, huge rocket volleys coming from Gaza and surgical strikes by Israel to retaliate, which have targeted its leadership and its operational capacity to degrade it to the point that then mediators, usually the Egyptians or the Turks or the Qataris, come in and a ceasefire tentatively holds. Hamas then rebuilds and then starts all over again. This is different. What we saw in the last few days is, as I've said, one of the greatest attacks on the Jewish people in our history. And to just diminish Hamas's capacity to target a few leaders is completely insufficient. And Prime Minister Netanyahu understands that. The Israeli people understand that. This requires, no doubt, boots on the ground to go and completely eradicate Hamas. And that, as you intimated there, is going to be a complex operation. It's going to be a bloody operation for both sides, but it has to be done. This sort of norm of allowing a terrorist organization to embed itself right on Israel's border, to exist for the sole purpose of killing as many civilians as possible and to be left intact, that can't be allowed to happen.
We'd like to welcome you to our new home for uncensored news and hard-hitting talk shows. If you're tired of cable companies and social media giants chipping away at your most basic and important right, freedom of speech, by shadow banning, demonetizing, censoring, and policing every single one of your posts, then One America News on Locals is just what you've been looking for. Finally, you'll have the freedom to express your point of view and stay connected with like-minded fellow patriots. And the best part is, OAN on Locals is only $5 a month. All of our credible, honest, unbiased reporting, ad-free talk shows, and exclusive content, all at the fraction of the cost of cable. So to watch, just click the join button to get the news you can't get anywhere else.